Yo, what's up? Bob here. Welcome to Vinyl Finds on the Bob Bradley YouTube channel. This is number 57. That's right, folks, number 57. Found some records this week, and we're going to get into those records right now. Coming in hot. Yeah, very hot. Bam, J.D. Crowe and the New South. What can I say about this? Oh, a lot. Oh, a lot. Originally released with a different cover. This is the alternate cover. It was originally just called The New South. And then at some point, the record label, Rounder, decided that they were going to call it J.D. Crowe and the New South. I guess J.D. had a little more pull than the rest of the guys. But speaking of the rest of the guys, you got Tony Rice, Ricky Skaggs, Jerry Douglas, and Sloan on bass. So a lineup, a killer's row, if you will. Okay. The fact that you got Tony Rice in general sings like no other. Ricky Skaggs is on here. Who's also a great singer. And these dudes are all virtuosos on their instruments. Tony Rice playing Clarence White's fabled D28 with an enlarged sound hole. Clarence White had two guitars, a D28 and a Telecaster, which was widened and a B-bender put inside of it. Marty Stewart owns that guitar now. That said, anything that you can find with these gentlemen on it, you need to buy it, okay? Because it's a burning record, period. On Rounder. Yeah, great record. Speaking of burning records, yeah. Boom. Tower of Power Direct. That's right. Direct disc recording. Sheffield Lab 17, limited edition, audiophile recording, cool artwork on the Sheffield Lab label. They make audiophile pressings, what is hip, and everything else that you would want to hear out of Tower of Power are on this. This is great. I picked it up. I thought, well, let's see how much better it sounds than the other Tower of Power recordings. I mean, yeah, it sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. I didn't pay a lot for it, so, I'm always down for a little Tower of Power. You know what I'm saying? Boom, Goat's Head Soup, Rolling Stones, $7. Very, very clean copy. On the custom, probably an Atco label, but Rolling Stones custom label, yeah. Spooky art design on this. I'm not sure what's going on, if all their heads are in bags or what, but just kind of creepy, really. But a great record. Angie's on this. That was the radio kind of hit off of it. And it's a pretty solid record, throughout. I would not recommend this as the starting point if you were not into the Stones. Probably going to have to go with this, Boom Sticky Fingers. If you don't have any Stones records, this is a great record to start with. Brown Sugar, Wild Horses, Can't You Hear Me Knocking. They're on this. That's on this record, and it's fantastic. Okay, it's got the real zipper. Okay, which there's like always worming on the back of all these records from where they were new in the store, and there was just one Sticky Fingers record laying on top of the next Sticky Fingers record. So, if you don't want worming on all the rest of your records, just put this at the end of the stack. That's what I do. Really cool. Really cool. Sticky Fingers. But this one, Goat's Head Soup, really cool record. Creepy artwork, but very, very, very good. Longtime friend of Keith Richards. Bam. Tom Waits, Glitter and Doom. Yeah, man. This is a live concert. I think it may be over 3 nights. And it is epic. If you've not heard this before, you know, yeah, it's got all the stuff that you would want to hear. Get Behind the Mule, Lucinda, just everything, Dirt in the Ground. It is really good. I had this on CD, MP3, etc. Listened to it all the time and realized it doesn't really sell for much on vinyl. It's like you can get it for less than $20 a lot of the time. And I was just like, yeah, I'm getting that. It's really great. A couple videos ago, I talked about the Rolling Thunder Review, which was a Dylan documentary that's out. It's on Netflix and stuff. This is the record that they made during that time. Boom, Desire. Yeah, Dylan in that trademark hat. And, you know, if you watch that documentary, it talks about them making all these songs like Hurricane and stuff like that. Great record, super clean. Saw it. It's on that 360 Columbia. I thought, yeah, I need that. I really enjoyed that movie, so glad to have that. Because it's got a lot of cool tunes on it. Really interesting because there's like a lot of violin and stuff on it. You know, Todd Rundgren played guitar on that tour, and just some unique sounding stuff. Little intensity out of Dylan there in the movie. His delivery on everything is really like, you know, pretty hardcore. As hardcore as Dylan ever got, you know. So, okay, this might come as a surprise to a lot of you, but I did not have this record. Boom, Curtis Mayfield, Superfly. Got this from Jeffrey Lee Puckett. It's in great shape. You know, there are certain individuals whose records are always trashed because they're party records. You know, Curtis Mayfield is one of those people. When you find Curtis Mayfield records, they are beat down to the ground. James Brown records are trashed. Parliament records, devastating usually. Just nasty, all scratched. The covers are, you know, you might take a record like this, put it on, put this cover down like this, place some marijuana on it, and, you know, somebody else might get some scissors out and cut it up, and another guy might crumble it up, and then they might get some rolling papers out, and they would roll it up, and, you know, and all that right on top of a record, you know? And, you know, people set beers on them and other things. So the survivors are, clean survivors are very rare. So this is, of course, on the Curtom label. This is a very, very clean copy. Jeffrey Lee had multiple copies, and I needed one, and I got it. Pusher Man, Superfly are on this record, and it is funky. Curtis Mayfield is a genius. I got other Curtis Mayfield records. I hate it when I try to pull a record while I'm recording, but here we go. Yeah, Curtis. Sweet Exorcist. Look at the artwork. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, super stoked about that. Curtis Mayfield, Superfly. Moving right along. Still building the Jimmy Smith collection. Boom. Respect. Yeah. Got the martial arts cover here. Jimmy doing some stances there. Proudly wearing, it looks like it's a purple belt. Yeah. Proudly wearing his purple belt. And, you know, doing some kicks and stuff. Yeah, you know, his form is okay. That said, it's on the Verve. I would be willing to bet money that his organ playing is at a higher level than his karate. So, but you might say that his organ playing is a bit of karate. Karate, great band name. let's get into some serious stuff here. Once again, from Jeffrey Lee Puckett. Boom. Bill Evans, Sunday at the Village Vanguard, featuring Scott LaFaro. LaFaro? I don't know. Anyway, this is a beautiful record from Bill Evans. This is an OJC on Riverside. A little bit of a reissue there. But very, very clean. Beautiful sounding record. Bill Evans, virtuoso of the piano in every way that you could imagine. Played with Miles Davis and many other jazz greats. He is he's a beast, man. He is a beast. Rounding out the stack, and last but not least by any means, I've been looking for this record for quite some time. Okay? It's a burning record. Speaking of Bill Evans. Boom. Cannonball Adderley with Bill Evans. Mono on Riverside. That's right. Original pressing. Bam. Seriously. Found it at half price. Books. Just laying there. I thought, all right, finally, boom, a score. These scores don't come around that often. It's not often that you find great, desirable records with legendary players burning for cheap. Usually all these records, if you go look this record up on eBay right now, you're going to be looking at anything from $70 to maybe just over $100 or something like that. And, every once in a while, you'll be at some, bookstore or whatever, and you'll find one of these records and you'll go, my God, I can't believe it. And pull it right out of there and go buy it. And that's what happened to me. That is what happened to me. Super stoked. Wanted this record for a long time. And it's got this epic cover. Anything with Cannonball Adderley is killer. Anything with Bill Evans is killer. They are particularly burning on this record. Masters of their instruments. Masters. Speaking of instruments, sitting here today with the 1965 335, recently featured in some of my videos where the band played, and I put those up. Condors in the System at the Mag Bar. There's a video. Last week's Vinyl Finds, there was a little bit of footage as well. This is pretty much my main guitar right now, and love it, love it, love it. Check those videos out, and if you haven't heard my recorded works, you can find Condors in the System, the band, on all platforms, including here on YouTube. I will link to our Bandcamp account at the end of this video. We have a record out, it's called Music from the Eagle Nebula, and a 2015 release called Lose It All, Volume 1. Yeah. Record Store Day is just, it is just a few days away. Record Store Day, Black Friday. And I just showed several Bill Evans records, and as you know, I'm a huge fan, and there's a Bill Evans record coming out. There's a couple Miles Davis records coming out. There's a Herbie Hancock. There's a Dr. John. There's a Fish record. There's several things that I'm interested in. The only thing I really, really want is the Bill Evans record and the Dr. John record. So I'm going to try to get those. Those are my goals. Everything else is gratis. Okay, so I'm gonna be there early. That's the plan. But you know, the place where I go, they just open the doors, and even if you're first in line, you got a good chance of finding at least one thing that you want, right? But it's a group of tables, so the line kind of splits around those tables. If the thing you want is on this side of the table, but you go right, well, you're not going to get it, okay? Usually I go to 4 spots. I'm going to 2 spots this year, because I've learned from the past that if you spend that, whatever your first spot is, you're going to spend the most time there. So that means like the other spots are going to be already cached. So I know what my second spot will be, this bigger, more stocked record store. They usually have multiple copies of everything, where the first place I'm going to only usually has a couple copies of things. But there's far less people there. So that's what I'm going to do. I have strategized. I've trained. I am ready. Okay. There will be a Record Store Day video released on Friday. Don't miss it. Okay. It's coming. Trust me. Watch the Audio Talk videos if you're interested in upgrading your home stereo. You know, if you don't know a lot about it, maybe you're just sitting there with a Audio-Technica, you know, turntable and just a set of you know, speakers you got at Best Buy. You know, stock cartridge. You know, an old receiver your dad gave you or something. If you don't have a fancy stereo, you might want to watch the Audio Talk videos. They're not really geared towards people who have been building their system for a real long time. We're not going, you know, we're not presenting ourselves as experts. We are just exploring the thoughts behind the different componentry and theories behind why you would do this or that. We've done kind of a basic overview, and then last week we did a talk on cartridges. So check those out. I've been doing those with Jeffrey Lee. I am going to be doing a State of the System video very soon that just shows where my hi-fi system is at right now, and that'll give us a good barometer for where it's going to go. And you know, I promised that I would take you guys on the ride, and yeah, that video is going to be coming out this week, State of the System. So watch that. Other than that, please like, subscribe, tell a friend, leave a comment down below. Until we meet again, I'm out.